Tonight, a woman has been indicted on multiple charges, accused of assaulting an Akron paramedic.
Now, the Akron Firefighters Union is speaking out about the incident, and Annabelle Childers walks us through what happened.
It's a dangerous job.
Kevin Gostkowski worked as an Akron paramedic for 14 years before taking on the role of president for the Akron Firefighters Union. He knows firsthand the risks of the job, and he can understand how terrifying it must have been to be two Akron paramedics during an incident March 28th. Gostkowski says the paramedics were responding to a medical call at this senior living complex just after midnight.
While they were doing their evaluation, some family members showed up on scene.
The paramedics explained to the family members that the patient's medical state did not warrant transportation to the hospital by paramedics. But Gostkowski says the patient's daughter and granddaughter became increasingly upset that they wouldn't transport him.
So they decided their best course of action, now that they had completed their treatment with the patient, was to remove themselves from the situation, which they did.
As the paramedics loaded into their unit, Gostkowski says they didn't realize the family members were following.
One of the individuals opened up the driver's side door, reached in and struck one of our paramedics in the eye with a closed fist, which caused a black eye and some swelling.
The paramedics subdued the woman until Akron police arrived, arresting her. Court records identify the woman as 38-year-old Kevelyn Evans. Tuesday, she was indicted on 2 charges: felony assault and aggravated possession of drugs.
Violence should never be the answer to solve your problems.
Gostkowski says in the wake of the incident, he hopes the city will consider implementing self-defense training for paramedics. We reached out to the city asking what training they have in place and what their response was to the alleged assault. The fire chief sent us a statement, writing in part, "Every single day, our members show up to help people in crisis. They are there to serve, to protect, and to provide care. When our personnel are assaulted, it threatens not only their safety, but the safety of the entire emergency response system our community depends on." Gostkowski says the 2 paramedics are okay. They were treated that night at a local hospital, and they actually returned to finish their overnight shift. Russ?
Okay, Annabelle Childers in Akron, thank you.